digs or just another hotel?
No, so I stayed in Taiwan over the summer, so I didn't have to do quarantine hotel or self-management hotel. So
Okay.
this is a temporary house in Yuanlin down here in Changhua, but yeah, we will be getting our new apartment placements, the permanent site houses soon.
Soon. Yeah. Cool. Hi, Danit. Am I saying your name correctly?
Denit.
Denit. Okay, Denit. Thank you for correcting me because people get my name wrong all the time and I hate it. And okay, Denit, it is.
Yes.
Are you, how are you? Where are you?
I'm roommates with Kai right now, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stayed in Taiwan all summer also.
Oh, you are brave people. Good for you.
Yeah, it was pretty nice, just chilling.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun? Were you able to do anything fun?
Once it got better and I was in Elan before, I was able to go to the beach a couple times, which was nice, but I didn't really venture out into traveling. Just I didn't know what would be open and available.
Yeah, that's understandable. Well, it looks like everyone's kind of trickling in here. Did you guys all get your placements today for schools? And are you happy? You think?
Yeah, I'm happy with my choice.
Good. Where are you going to be, Kai? At an elementary school or middle school?
Elementary school is actually going to be right here in Yuanlin City. It's like a 20-minute walk from my current temporary house, and just moving across town, even then it shouldn't be a bad commute at all because it's within the city, which is very nice.
Very cool. And Danit, what about you? Are you going to be at an elementary?
Yeah, elementary school. Okay. I'm happy about.
Cool. All right. Well, I think everyone's trickling in here, and just to stay on time, Joyce, you had mentioned before that you'd be willing to record our session. Oh, you are a dream. Thank you so much. I know a couple of us in our group are still in the US, and this is a mighty late time for those folks, including our new advisor, Tom. So I just want to welcome everybody here today. We're going to start getting back into that mind frame of school little by little, and that's what this session aims to do. I know I've worked with a lot of you, but not necessarily everybody. So we're going to do some quick introductions, and then we're going to play a little game, if you will. Are you ready? Well, thanks, Melody. I got some thumbs up there. If you can turn your cameras on, I know that can be a little bit of a challenge if your internet connectivity is problematic, don't stress it. But if you can turn your camera on, that's always a nice touch. Just to introduce myself real quickly, I'm Kara, last name Schrader. Does not look like how it's pronounced. I've been an international educator in the TESOL world for over 18 years, and I got my start as a Peace Corps volunteer in Russia when that program still existed. More recently, I was again with Peace Corps about 4 years ago. Was that 4? Holy cow. In Ukraine, and I was working as a teacher trainer. And then, through Peace Corps, a lot of doors have opened for me. I was able to go to grad school, heavily discounted through the Coverdell Fellowship at Teachers College, and that's where I got my MA in TESOL. More recently, I was an English language fellow in Mexico. And as you all, or most of you should know, I was here last year as an advisor and spent the first semester as an ETA advisor. That's how I like to put it, combining the ETA role and the advisor role together for fall semester in Kaohsiung. I've spent lots of years working in public education in the US, and as well as at the community college level, working in refugee and immigrant with immigrant service providers. And yeah, if you have questions about those things at some point, those are things that are of interest to you, please always feel free to reach out. I share that with you because I know that there's a whole world ahead of you at some point beyond this program. And I think it's always one of the great benefits about being part of this sort of family is all the people you get to meet and the connections you can have. So I share that with you. Something a little fun This was my summer, really super chill. All the beautiful creatures in my life that I got to see in the US. I did not take a lot of photos, I realize, but mostly of dogs. They are a true love of mine. A couple of those are my brothers. My nephew is pictured there, Jackson, and one of my best friends, Pooch, is there. So I had a lovely time. Spent most of it in the Pacific Northwest, just chilling and enjoying some mobility and getting vaccinated and all that good stuff. So that's a little bit about me, but I want to make sure that Tom gets a chance to introduce himself to you. He's our new advisor. So Tom, I let you take it away there.
All right, everybody. Hello. My name's Tom. I tried to have a little phonetic reading of my last name there, Bechkahazi. It's good to see all of you. I know I posted something online, and I've been kind of lurking in the background for a while, and I just thought I'd formally introduce myself. We still haven't heard anything from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so I'm not sure if I'll be joining you guys soon, but hopefully we hear from them soon, and there's an update as to whether or not I'll be over there in the next couple of months. Sorry, it's after midnight here, so I'm a little slow. I am still working full time at my day job, I guess I can call it. I teach at Arizona State University. So I've been in meetings all day and teaching, and my brain is a little bit fried. So I apologize if I ramble. Also, if you see me go like this, it's because there's moths that are flying around in this room. We've had a lot of rain here in Arizona, and every time I open the screen door, moths just swarm in. So if you just see me randomly going like this, I don't normally do that. So a couple of facts about me. You can see them there on the page there. I've been teaching like Kara for about 18 years, all over the place. I managed a language school in Japan, in Okinawa, for a couple of years. And I've been at ASU now for about almost 5 years, going on 5 years. And also, like Kara, I've taught in elementary, middle, and high school, both here in the States and overseas. I'm going to jump back into my PhD program that I'm currently in once I get back from. So I'm just taking a break from that once I get back from Taiwan. And yeah, I'm just here to help, and hopefully soon. Here to help means in Taiwan to help. But even if I'm not on the ground there, I'm still available anytime, and I will start just really jumping in with both feet. Probably not after midnight like this normally, but I will be available, and you can always send me a message anytime you have any questions. And then I may be asking you guys questions too, just because I haven't been on the ground yet there in Taiwan. So nice to see everybody, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Yay, Tom is with us, more or less. We're so happy to have you on board, Tom. So happy to see all your faces today. We have planned a rather interactive way to kind of jump back into school mode. We're going to play a fabulous new game that Advisor Matt has come up with. I know a lot of you attended his workshops last semester, and he introduced some of the PowerPoint games that he's concocted. So we're going to be doing one of his newest, latest, and greatest inventions. And we are going to just to start thinking again about, what do I need to do for classroom management? What are some routines that I want to start doing in the classroom? How do I go about lesson planning? How do I start building that really solid co-teaching relationship? So those are the general topics that we're going to do. And what it will be helpful to do is to organize yourselves into teams. So we have room for 6 teams. I'm going to leave it to you to take a moment to figure out who wants to work together. And I'm going to set that up on the computer and get that screen up and going here. So bear with me. We each have a task to do at this moment. Are you in teams yet? Success? Have you figured out who you're working with? I know Melody and Emily, it's a hard one to figure out. Who's it going to be? If you have a roommate nearby, that might be helpful to team up with them. If not, okay, so I'm just going to go through. Melody and Emily, Leo, you're going to be team one, okay? Kai, who's on your team? Okay, you two are going to be team two. Danit and Kai. All right. Amanda, who is on your team?
Connor and Allison.
Okay, cool. Connor, Allison, Amanda. You guys remember this for me, please. Or Tom, can you take note? I think I'm going to do my best here. Okay, Melody and Okay. Okay, so Amanda, you said you, Connor, and who else?
Allison.
Allison, okay. And team four, Tara, who are you working with? Okay, I see Jake, Jason, Tara.
Oh, I'm working with Emily K.
Oh, okay. Tara and Emily K. Okay. Jake and Jason.
Jake, Jason,
And Teresa. And Teresa. Okay. And Levi, who are you working with?
I have no idea.
Well, let's get you on a team.
You can work with us.
Okay, Melody is gonna take you. All right, Levi, you're
Thank you, Melody.
I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Good. We've got everybody accounted for. Here are the rules of the game. This looks confusing. It might be at first. I apologize. You're going to see the board in a minute, and you'll see these different symbols. So I will be doing all the pressing, and you will be telling me, for example, when it's your team's turn to roll the dice, I'll click the button, and then you tell me when to click stop. And then that'll be the number of potential moves on the board. A question will come up. You'll have a chance to answer it. If it's correct, you get to stay there. If not, you don't get to progress or move. If you happen to land on this triangle, red triangle with an exclamation point, this is a penalty. So then we have to click on Fire Guy. You'll again tell me when to stop. And he has some like extra question for you, that kind of thing. And usually it means you might have to take a step back or two. This is all meant for fun, so please don't get too crazy competitive. I don't want any tears, okay? And yeah, we'll start getting into it, and I think it'll be made a little bit clearer. If you know the answer within your team and you're in separate locations, just unmic whoever unmics first and wants to speak. Really, this is about getting discussion going. If you have a pen and paper nearby to take some notes, that's always helpful too. But I'll share with you some resources that we've uploaded to Google Classroom as well. Ready to go? Ready to play? All right. Okay. So team 1, that's going to be Melody, Emily, and Levi. Here you are. All right. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Oh, 6.
Ooh, nice number. All right.
Ah, let's see if this actually works. Okay. Here's the question. Share one effective way to give instructions.
Modeling. If you model the instructions for the students, then they'll know, like they'll see how to do it, and then they can model it back to you to make sure that they understand it.
Well done. Well done. Modeling is a great way, speaking slowly, repeating instructions, keeping those instructions simple, all are effective ways. Excellent. You get to stay in first place there. Good job. All right. Team 2. That will be Kai and Danitz. All right. Tell me when to click stop.
Stop.
Oh, 1. All right. Well, let's see what we get. Name as many co-teaching strategies as you can think of.
There's like dividing the class time between the 2 teachers, like an assistant role, having different stations. 5.
Nice.
Okay, it's just I think lesson planning is important to discuss before class with your co-teacher how roles will be designated throughout instead of just trying to do it on the spot within class itself. So basically prep time.
True. That's absolutely true. But these are specific strategies. So Denny, you've listed 3. Can you think of another? There's 6 total. Can you think of 3 more? Oh, Allison is ready for it. Do you want to help out, Allison? Jump in there.
Yeah, so there's like 1 observe and 1 teach, 1 assist and 1 teach, tag teaming. There's like stations teaching. There's alternative lesson planning, or alternative teaching, and
Yeah.
altered.
I think you
There's
got
one
it.
more.
I
I
think you
forgot the
got it.
last
So
one.
you'll see them listed here. Yeah. Not to worry. There's 1 teach, 1 observe. We've listed them. I don't want to spend more time going over it. I do have a handout with all of these that I've uploaded to the Google Classroom, and I'll double check and make sure they're there after our session today. This is a really, I think, helpful document to look at if you haven't seen it before. I know not all of you had this workshop last semester either, but this is that handout will be a helpful one when you sit down and meet with your co-teachers this semester to share that with them. It might be you might be introducing something quite new to them as well. All right, you guys get that point. Good job. Team 3, that will be Amanda, Connor, and Allison. Tell me when to stop the die.
Stop.
Okay. All right, let's see if we have a new question. Okay, what is a lesson objective? Super fun question.
It's the goal that you want your students to get out of the lesson. Yeah, often phrased in like the students will be able to. So it's like format, SWABAT. And it's just like what you want them to get out of the lesson and what you want them to be able to do.
Yeah, well done. It's a goal, right? Describes what you want students to learn by the end of the class, generally speaking. Great, excellent. Okay, you get that point. Team 4, that would be Jake, Jason, and Teresa. Or Teresa or Teresa? You got to tell me. Okay. Rolling that die. You tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. 4. All right. So tell me. Briefly describe one warm-up activity.
Let's see. So I guess you could do a warm-up activity like the day's date, or if you had some kind of setup where you've already rehearsed talking about the class routine or something like that, and you could ask the students to kind of describe it to you.
Okay. Yeah, you can do something that's a regular routine, like asking them what date it is or what the weather is like outside. It could be something you do every class period. You can also you can mix it up. There's a lot of different things you can do. You can review the last lesson. Maybe you have a daily English word or phrase that you want to teach them. Lots of ideas. All right, thanks for sharing that. You guys get the point. Team 5. That would be Tara and Emily K. Tell me when to stop the dice.
You can stop.
Okay, we got you. Ooh, you've got a penalty. Oh my gosh.
What? You just started.
I have to roll Fire Guy and see what happens. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. -1. All right. I'm so sorry.
Wait, we don't have any points to begin with. Like, okay.
Not yet, but you're about to. I have utmost confidence here. Here we go. Here's the question. What does Khalil stand for? You can look up on your phone. Cheating is totally okay, by the way.
Okay. Our final answer is
Okay.
content,
Yeah.
language, integrated learning.
Ooh, let's see. Yes, well, that's right.
Yes.
Language, integrated learning. Well done, ladies. Well done. Are any of you going to be in Khalil's settings that you know of this upcoming school year? Not so sure just yet. I guess to be revealed. Perhaps not. Okay. Well, so far, Team 1, you are in first place, and you get to go again. So please tell me when to stop the dice. And that is Melody, Emily, and Levi. Tell me when to stop the dice.
Stop.
Okay. All right. You can potentially advance 2 places. Tell me 2 benefits of learning your students' names. Everybody said, Kara, this is my goal for the semester. I'm going to learn my students' names, but why? What are 2 benefits of doing that? Tell me.
It gives you a chance to let the students be heard or to feel heard. So you actually know them. They're not just a number. And it also helps you create more of a personal relationship with them so that they take your class more seriously. Because if they're just the number to you, then maybe they'll just tune out. But if they know you know them and you know their name, then they'll be more willing to participate.
Yeah, classroom management right there. Build student rapport, increase their engagement. Well done. Points to Team 1. Okay, Team 2. Let's see about you. I'm going to roll that dice. You tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Ooh. All right. Let's see. Where did oh, you're like underneath here.
I believe we are Bowser.
Oh, you are at the penalty. It's Fire Guy. You tell me when to stop rolling the fire.
Stop.
Okay. Oh no. Oh, this might put you back 3 points. Okay, sorry. Let's see what the question is. What is one model of co-teaching you would like to challenge yourself to use more of? And when could you use it? So thinking about those models, those strategies from your last round, your last turn, what would be one that you'd like to use more this upcoming school year? And when do you think you could use it?
I guess I can share.
Yeah.
Last year in Elon, I don't think I really did parallel teaching. It was more like either she did something and then I was like kind of roaming, or I was doing an activity. So I think parallel teaching would be interesting to really get on the same page and like work together.
Yeah. Can you think of somewhere you could do that?
Yeah, I think maybe to introduce a new lesson or something, we could like, or when there's a dialogue in the textbook or something, we could like perform it together or something, like just kind of build on each other, like what one person says, then the other person can kind of like give a different perspective.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So this is a question, even though it's just one team answering right now, I really strongly encourage you to all think about this question for yourself. You don't have to answer me right now, but I think it's a helpful one to think about. I know a lot of you were in a very assistive role or observational role. And if that's something you would like to change in the year ahead, think about what other models might work and where that could work. So I think it's an important question to ask of yourself as we get into the school year. Okay, we'll have you stay there. Now, let's see, team 3. All right, rolling that dice. You tell me when to stop. Amanda, Connor, Allison. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, 1. All right, here's the question. What's the difference between a learning objective and a learning outcome?
A learning objective is like the goal of like what you want your students to be able to do, and a learning outcome is what like actually happens. And it can also be like a learning outcome can also be like an unintended like kind of result of like the classroom. Like you develop good rapport with your students and stuff like that, and like they become more comfortable and confident in their English. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like an academic benefit or outcome.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. I like how you said, the objective is a goal and the outcome is the actual measurable result. It's the thing. So it's the actual language, for example, in a lesson that your students can now speak at the end of the lesson as a result of the lesson. So they're a little bit different. They definitely work together in tandem. These are important things to keep in mind when we plan lessons. And I think a lot of times we think about the objective, but sometimes we forget about the outcome. And this is where we can get into a little bit of trouble. We give students too much language in a lesson to learn, or we're not really clear what is the actual language we want them to walk away being able to speak, or what they can do with language. Okay, team 4, that would be Jake, Jason, and Teresa. I'm going to have you tell me when to stop rolling that dice.
Stop.
All right. Whoa, no. Sorry. I got ahead of myself there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, you are now tied for first place, potentially. All right, give 2 quality non-FSC resources of lesson activities and ideas.
By non-FSC resources, do you mean like things that weren't in workshops and in the orientation?
Meaning like you won't find it necessarily on the FSC website or your local.
I have one. So it's Storyline. I think it's Storyline Online.
Oh.
I used that last year because I had a teacher who wanted me to teach a lot of picture books, and it had a lot of picture books on there read by like celebrities and other people back in the U.S. So I feel like got students interested in stuff. So that's one.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. I did not know about that. I just wrote that one down for myself. What's another one?
These aren't more so much activities per se as they are games, and I think that probably a lot of us know them, but like anything like Kahoot or like is it Booklet or Booklet or something along those lines where we can use online games to review, things like that.
Oh yeah, that definitely works. Excuse me. I did not necessarily list these, but those definitely are applicable. Two that, and one you certainly heard of last week in one of our first workshops with AIT is the American English website. I don't know if you've gone on there. It is just a smorgasbord of lots of ideas. You can really deep dive into that website. There are webinars, there's lesson plans, there's full-on PDF books and activities, so much stuff. British Council is also a really helpful website. They have multiple, but this one in particular, www.teachingenglish.org.uk, also has a lot of really, I find, helpful resources. So those are two, if you haven't perused yet, you might want to think about taking a look at some point. Okay, and don't worry about, writing down all the answers, because this PowerPoint is being uploaded to the Google Classroom. So you will be able to access the information there as well. All right. All right, so Team 4, you are tied in first place with Team 1. Good job there. Team 5, it's your turn. Tell me when to stop that die.
You can stop.
4, okay. All right, let's find you. 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
Where are we, Toad? Wait.
No. Where did that guy go? Did I do that wrong? Where was he? Oh no.
Or no, wait. Did we move? I can't remember. We were on 3 originally.
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. So does
But then we go back one though.
Oh,
We went back one. We were on 2
we were on 2.
Yeah, because
Oh,
we got
yeah,
a
yeah.
-1.
Yeah.
We're just behind Princess Peach. Yeah.
So we should be on.
Yeah.
We should be on 6.
This is where it's getting a little fluky on me, and I don't know. All right. I know you're supposed to be on number 6. We're going to go for it. Hopefully you'll figure it out. Here we go. Name one role you serve as an ETF.
Cultural ambassador.
Ah, so quick to that. Well done. Yeah, I think there's a lot of hats that you get to wear as an ETF, right? Cultural ambassador is definitely one, a big one. And obviously being a teacher, being a friend, lots of other things. All right.
You were so fast.
Let's see. Come on. No. Why? Team 2, do you remember what number you're on? I don't mean to keep like moving you around.
So we had landed on an exclamation point, and I think -3. Does that mean we go back 3 spaces? We have the 3 minus 3.
Yeah, okay. I think I have you in the correct place right now. So you're in 4.
Yeah.
And now I need to. Okay, let's see if I can get this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah. Team 5, I got you in the right place. Yay. Okay. Team 1, it is your turn again. So tell me when to stop that dice.
Stop.
6. You're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Let's see if you can answer this question. What are 3 examples of classroom routines you can use to improve classroom management?
One thing you could do is an attention getter. So that's by like saying something like, if you can hear me, clap your hands, or 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, or something like that. Another example.
Yeah, attention getter's great. What else can we do?
I remember back in the January workshop, someone was saying you could have a stoplight on like the projector or board, and then depending on the noise level, you put it at red or yellow or green.
Yeah.
May help.
Levi, you got one?
Yeah. I like to use exit tickets because at the end of class it gets kind of hectic because everyone wants to get out. And so if you give them a ticket that they can use to just get out as soon as possible, then they'll do their work.
Great. Yeah, there we go. You can even have entry tickets too. Those are a great way to start class. If you have kids who come in a little bit early, have them have some little task for them to do. Greet your students at the door. I see a lot of teachers who don't do this, but it's a great way to get to know your students' names, to start building that rapport. I know a lot of teachers like to assign homework, so having some sort of routine around how you do that might be helpful just in the logistical like flow of things. You may have a certain phrase or phrases or ways to start your class every day. I think it's also really helpful to teach explicitly commonly used English commands like stand up, raise your hand, speak up. Those are some important things that you might want to explicitly teach students. So, and build some routine around that. Name tags, just as an idea, ways to get to know your students' names. Having classroom rule review. Rules are important. It's important that you review them from time to time with our students. We mentioned attention getters, and don't forget rewards. Kids love those bonus cards, right? So obviously there's lots more to add to this, but here, these are some helpful things to consider and think about, and kind of start planning and devising for as you make your way back into school. All right, team 1, you are in first place. Fantastic. Team 2, I'm gonna have you tell me when to stop that dice.
Stop.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, answer me this. Name one model of co-teaching you'd like to use less of. Why? You're getting all the co-teaching ones. I'm really sorry about that. It's like your specialty.
Kai, do you have anything?
Well, I was thinking, I mean, I was fortunate enough to like be not really treated as an assistant back in New Taipei City, but I can imagine that like at least for the English class, but in my other classes I had to teach like music, art, physical education, tea culture, etc. I was definitely more of just an observer, and to the point where it felt like I was just another student in the class. So doing less observing and then more, equal like teaching would be great.
Yeah, I think this question kind of lends itself to that idea. It's something that I observed a lot of my advisees being in that role as well. And certainly it has its place, especially in the beginning part of the year. My question, I guess, and this isn't dependent on you getting the points or not, and this is open to everyone, but how do you think you're going to go about having this conversation with your co-teachers to make yourselves more actively utilized in the classroom and less in an observation type role, especially as you really get into the school year? Allison. Talk to us, Allison. What you got to say? No? Oh, I thought your hand was up. Anyone else?
So I think, and now as ETFs, we have not only like we can use the prior experiences of our ETA grants. So not only were we exposed as assistants, yes, but perhaps some of us were able to also teach. And then regardless of whether it was more of a teaching, more of an assistant position, we are familiar with the Taiwanese school culture and what it's like being in the classroom. So utilizing our experiences and like explaining to our new co-teachers, like, we're not newbies, like we understand, like we're still obviously learning, but we definitely have a better understanding coming into this grant compared to the first one of like where our strengths lie and
That's
how
true.
we improve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think it helps to give, to share your experience for sure, and letting your co-teachers know that you've had this experience last semester, if you've had that. I think what's going to be really foundational to this is, regardless, is just starting from the get-go as soon as you can, building that relationship with your co-teachers. You don't have to be best friends with them, but I think it's really important that you put forth a lot of effort into showing them what you can do, sharing ideas. If you find that you're not in a position of equal footing, that's where Tom and I can help out, as well as your program coordinators. Sometimes those can be a little bit challenging conversations to have. And of course, we want to make sure that we do so in a sensitive way, in a way that everyone feels, good about and not defeated or that they've done something wrong. So I think co-teaching is probably, I don't know about you, but I find it's probably one of the more challenging parts of doing this work. And if there's something that you didn't like about your experience in doing it last year, I encourage you to think about what you might try to do this semester that could be different. Obviously, knowing that a lot of things are outside of your control. Okay. All right, you guys are in second place. Fantastic. Let's go to team 3. You're there at the beginning, team 3, Amanda, Connor, and Allison. I'm gonna have us roll the die here. You tell me when to stop.
Stop.
All right, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Tell me, is this an objective or an outcome? Hello, my name is... Would you say, hello, my name is a lesson objective or a lesson outcome? So it's one or the other. It's not both. You have to tell me which one is it. Is it a lesson objective or is it a lesson outcome?
I think Allison's trying to get the answer, but it's not coming through because I can hear her downstairs. But I would say you said it's one or the other, right?
It's one or the other. 50-50.
Word. I think it's like more of...
Hey, Connor, wait a second. Let me give you...
Oh,
Okay.
looks. Guys, I think it's a lesson outcome, to be honest.
Okay, lesson outcome. I saw her all caps. Like, yeah, that's it. Come on. Absolutely. So remember, the objective is the goal, but the outcome is the actual
The lesson outcome.
Yeah, you got it. You got the points. Good job. All right. That was a little tricky, that one. Okay, team 4. Tell me when to stop the dice. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can count. All right, share 3 vocabulary teaching activities you'd like to use or try in the year ahead. So these can be ones you've used before or ones that you would like to try, or a mixture.
Okay, so I guess one activity would be sort of like, I forget what you actually call it. It's where you have things like face down and then you try and like have the students match them. If I wanted students to work in either small groups or like as a whole class.
Like memory?
Yeah.
A memory
yeah,
game?
I think that's-
Yeah. That's a great one. Yeah. So there's one. Does your group have two more for me?
I think actually Matt told us this one is like the one where you have them do repetition, but also in different forms, whether it's like slower or faster, in order to help with the fluency. And I tried that once and would like to keep using it because the students had a lot more fun, at least saying the vocab words.
Yeah, using voice modulation. I think that's a great way. Okay, 2 for 3. Jake, you got one?
Yeah, I mean, you could do if you really wanted to get students like engaged or active, you could do maybe like Pictionary or charades or something, to where they can act or draw out a specific vocab word if the words are for that lesson kind of fit that idea.
Fantastic. These are great ideas. And you see some of them here: charades, memory, Pictionary, whiteboard races, good old fly swatter games. The sky's the limit. So one of the resources that I'm sharing with you is a list of all kinds of classroom activities. Some of them are vocabulary focused, some of them are phonetics and grammar and so on and so forth. These are all have been tried and true and generated from ETAs in the past. So that's one document I'm sharing with you in the Google Classroom as well. Good job, guys. All right. You are officially in second place. All right, team 5. Let's have you roll that dice.
Stop, please.
Okay, I stopped you. I'm so sorry. It's the fire, dude. Let's see. Okay, tell me when to stop the fire.
Stop.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. All right, let's see what you got for a question. What are 3 things you should do on the first day of school?
First day of school.
Introduce yourself
Yeah.
to the student body, if possible.
I mean, we might already tour the school, but still tour the school, get familiar with most of the places.
Sit down and talk with your LETs, get an idea of what the semester is going to look like, try to get a syllabus.
Yeah, those are all great ideas. Yeah, making sure you know what the plan is, what's the schedule, and important locations in the school, like the bathroom. Those are important places to know. Obviously doing introductions. I know a lot of you have already probably prepared a PowerPoint to introduce yourself, having that ready to go. You might even want to think about bringing some treats, to help win over your colleagues. Just some ideas there. All right, guys. Well done. All right, team 1, let's do this as our final round. Oh no, actually, we are coming to an end here. So we have just a few minutes. I thought we had much more time, but sadly, alas, we don't. This is just a little snippet, obviously, of a lot of things to think about. And I hope that our conversation that has come out of playing this game today has helped you to really get into the mindset of thinking about what do I need to start doing to get ready for the upcoming school year. A lot of you shared with me, you have lots of goals to learn your students' names. You have an opportunity this semester that a lot of you didn't have before, which is to be part of that planning process, hopefully, with your co-teachers and helping to maybe even determine and have input in what kind of routines you'd like to put into place. So these are all things to be thinking about. I have a little bit of a homework. Tom and I have some homework for you. And I hope it's not going to be like, oh no, Kara, come on, my first weekend out of quarantine. You're making us do work. It's all meant to be helpful. And I want to just share with you really quick what it is. It's in the Google Classroom already. And it's just a question. So let me see. Technology, I love you. Okay, so this is the homework. In the Google Classroom, we have 2 questions that we've posted that should show up for you today. One is called, refers to this ETF tip sheet. So there's a PDF called ETF tip sheet. I'd like for you to read through it. It's 2 pages total, and I'd like for you to go through and read and take note of 3 to 5 tips from that sheet that you'd like to implement. And you're just going to note those in the comments or in the questions, the answer space of that platform. Okay. And if you can think of another tip or something that you'd like to do, please contribute that as well. For the other part of this, as I mentioned, there's a document describing lots of different classroom activities. I'd like for you to read through that, and I'd like for you to note and share one activity for each category. So, reading through the vocabulary game section, what's one vocab game that you'd like to try out this year? What's one phonetics game you'd like to try out? I want you to take note and answer that also in the comments section. And if you have an additional activity to share, please also provide that in that space. This shouldn't take too much of your time. I think it's really just meant to be helpful to you. It's not meant to be busy work, but a way for you to really, start getting, putting that game plan together for yourself and getting off on the best foot forward that we can. I want to just, we are kind of coming to an end here. I'm stuttering. But I want to open up for any kind of final questions that you have before we go, or things that you'd like to have more resources of, or know more about, or have some concerns about that you can shoot, towards Tom and I.
What's Tom's contact information?
I can put that in the chat right now.
Thank you.
Give me just, you know what? I'll put it in the chat and I'll put it in the line group as well.
Good question. Thanks, Melody. Any other questions? None? Are you feeling 100% super ready to start the school year? Because this awesome session, right? We had but an hour and not even that. So I know that you might need a little bit more time. And if there's more stuff or more questions or concerns, just feel free to reach out to us individually. We are here to support you fully. Do not hesitate, guys, okay? We're excited to work with you, and there is no dumb questions, no dumb requests. We're happy to help in any way that we can. So please send them our way as you start to get into the thick of the weeds. And yeah, we'll see you next week with more workshops. And in the meantime, if you need to get a hold of us, you now know how to do that, both Tom and I. Okay. You guys take care. Have a great weekend. I hope you're able to get out and move around a little bit, stretch out, enjoy the outdoors or some fresh air.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take
Take care. Great to meet y'all. Cara, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Is it just us? Let's left. Okay, we're still recording. All right. Joyce, thank you so much. She left already. I'm going to log off and then I'll circle back to you, Tom, okay?
Okay.